Much like my poster, I uploaded my first magazine cover onto Flickr. Being a large global website where users upload videos and images onto, I felt this was an effective way of receiving anonymous, non-biased feedback. People from all around the world could comment on it, meaning I could access a wide range of feedback from my cover. When producing my magazine cover, I tried to replicate the layout and style as seen on Empire, whilst maintaining the relevant conventions of the horror genre, by replicating the colour palette and themes of Fangoria magazine. The commenters on Flickr, I think, believe that this was a good choice, as a few commenters stated that they liked the fact that it followed the conventions of a typical film magazine cover and that it was clear that the magazine was promoting a supernatural horror film. They felt that it was easy to see this due to the use of the focal image of a couple looking concerned, comforting each other, and the image's dark filter, giving it an ominous tone. This is something that I'm really pleased about, as I was worried that my focal image could be mistaken for a romance film due to the characters holding each other's hand, and I'm glad that the filter changed this. The commenters also liked the colour palette, with the use of red frequently used throughout, as it clearly shows the supernatural horror genre, and red is also an icon of the genre that connotes danger. Several suggestions were made for my magazine cover. One comment said that I should include some more information on the front cover, as conventionally magazines tend to pack a lot of features onto their covers to make it look like they have a lot more information to offer inside it, thus persuading the reader to buy it. Another comment said that I needed to make the cover's logo more eye-catching, as they felt that it blended in too much with the filter I used on the focal image. I agreed with these comments and took these on board and edited my magazine cover accordingly, and here you can see my first draft and second draft set side by side. After creating my second draft, like my poster, I then created a questionnaire which I asked people around my school between the ages of 15 to 18, as this is a large chunk of my target audience to complete. I asked 10 different people, 5 who were familiar with my film and 5 who were not, to make sure that I eliminated bias, while still gathering opinions on people who would recognise the film beforehand anyway. I also tried to eliminate biased feedback by asking people who I'm not necessarily friends with, in order to get fairer opinions and more honest responses. All 10 people agreed that my magazine cover follows the conventions, comparing it to other film magazine covers, such as Empire and Total Film, and that it is clear that the magazine is specifically a horror magazine, and almost all agree that the focal image effectively relates to our film's narrative and theme. I was very happy with these results, as I wanted my magazine cover to look authentic and professional enough to be compared to well-known film magazines such as Empire, but while still retaining the conventional horror icons like Fangoria does, for it to still resemble a horror magazine cover. This is probably due to the use of red as a prominent colour, an iconic colour that links closely with the genre, and the use of horror typography designs that are conventional of the genre also. One question that did receive quite a few no's, however, was is all of the information featured on the magazine cover clear against the focal image? When asking my audience about this after they had marked their answer, they still felt that the magazine's logo wasn't clear against the focal image, even after I had tried to amend it after the comments I received on my first draft. So when doing this again, I took this on board and I created another version, my third and final draft. In this draft, I added a burn effect in Photoshop to the top of the focal image, which gave it a dark and shadowed effect, also quite linking with the supernatural genre anyway, because it looked like there was some sort of eerie, ghostly presence like looming over the two main characters on the cover. But it also more importantly, made the white greyish typography of my magazine's title to stand out against it. Overall, I am really happy with my final magazine cover, as I and my target audience believe that it fits with the forms and conventions of other film magazines and represents my film's narrative and genre effectively. Here are the 3 stages of my magazine cover.